Hi, this is Asia from Remnant Walk, and I just wanted to jump on here and talk to you guys about just stuff that has been, on my mind. Looking at the news, looking at these files that were released. Really, what we knew about before the release was bad. But if you thought that was bad, that was the baby version. Some of the sick things that are in there, our leaders, our people that everyone admires and respects from all over the world, participating in Baal worship. Some of these ceremonies, just so much wickedness, so much evil. We are truly living in some dark times. And we are closer now than we have ever been to Yahusha coming back. And I just want to know, are you ready? Are you ready? What are you doing to prepare? Because he is coming back, And I just want to put a few reminders out there. If you're not already following the Sabbath, get on that. You need to be following the Sabbath. Yah said that is a sign between us, following the Sabbath. And when I think of sign, what I think of is how he will mark his people, before those angels come and do their destruction. He said he was going to put a sign. He was going to put a mark. He's going to mark his people. And the Bible tells us that the Sabbath is a sign between him and us. So there may be another sign. I don't know, something different that he's going to do. But he definitely said that that's a sign. So if you are not following the Sabbath, if you still got yourself sitting up in Sunday church, worshiping the sun without knowing, please get out of there. Come out of her. Come out of her, Zion. What else? The Sabbath, the false gods. If you are celebrating these pagan holidays, we live in Babylon. We are in the belly of the beast. And they have a new god for every month. A different god every month. In January, they celebrating something in New Year's. February, all manner of foolishness. My last video talked about Mardi Gras. But Mardi Gras wasn't even the only thing. You got Valentine's Day, March. You got something every month. I'm not going to go through all of it, but every month they are celebrating and honoring a different god. Please don't participate in that. Please don't. Don't participate in any pagan worship. I wrote down Deuteronomy, 12:8 and 12:9. It says, "You shall not do after all the things that we do here this day, every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes." Don't think you know everything. Don't think that you're doing good. Your idea of good and Yah's idea of good, they're not always the same. You need to make sure that you are in alignment with Him. And He says in verse 9, "For ye are not as yet come to the rest and to the inheritance which the Lord your God giveth you." Okay? He's telling us that we need to do what's right in His eyes, because we haven't yet come to this rest and the inheritance that He has for us. And if we don't do what we're supposed to do, we're not going to see that inheritance, you know? And that would be so unfortunate. I know we can do the best that we can. We can do all that we can do. You know, honor the Sabbath. Don't do any idol worship. Don't participate in any of the pagan festivals and holidays. Follow the law as best you can. The dietary laws. Have you ever looked at the dietary laws? A lot of us do follow those dietary laws, but some people aren't. You know, they basing that dream. What is that dream somebody had, where they had the sheet with all the different animals, and you know, they took that and ran, and they were like, okay, we can eat whatever we want. No, we cannot. We cannot eat whatever we want. You know, God still has, those food laws are still in place. Every person needs to do their best. You know, we're not able in and of ourselves to be perfect. We can't, you know, clean ourselves up. But we can do our best to be obedient to the best of our ability. And He knows what our best is. You know, we can't fool Him. He knows if we're doing our best, if we're giving our best effort. For where we fail, for where we fall short, because He knows that we are but dust. For wherever we fall short, He says in Ezekiel chapter 36, verses 25 through 28, it says, "I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you will be clean. I will cleanse you from all your impurities and your idols. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will remove your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. I will place my spirit within you and cause you to follow my statutes and carefully observe my ordinances. You will live in the land that I gave your ancestors." Yo, He talking about us. That's us. He said, you will live in the land that I gave your ancestors. You will be my people, and I will be your God. That is so beautiful. I just absolutely love that. I hope that is encouraging to somebody. That's encouragement from Yah. But I do want to mention that He says He's going to sprinkle us clean. But like I said, it's not for us to just be out here wild. You know, people have a wrong definition of what grace is. You know, grace is not just, you know, He's going to let everything slide. Grace is the strength that He gives us to be able to do what it is that He has called us to do. Grace is the strength that He gives us to be able to endure. And it is our job to endure. We have to endure to the end. So, literally, that is all that I had to say. Just thinking about these dark days that we are living in, and how, it's just so much. But, the day will come when our Redeemer is coming back, and he is coming for us. And when he comes, we need to be ready. So, thank y'all for listening. And until next time, bye. Another thing that I forgot to mention is the feast days. Make sure you're following the feast days as best you can. It's not necessarily easy as far as the time off, especially for like the Feast of Tabernacles, which is a whole week, like 8 days actually. But whatever you can do it. Yah gave the command that we follow these feast days, and he says throughout your generations. For whoever thought the law was done away with, I want them to explain to me what throughout your generations means. And I want to say it says forever throughout your generations. So, how you let Satan twist those words and tell you it's done away with is just, I don't even know. But yeah.